Hello, today is April 14th and I'm going to try to do a very quick reading on Trump just to see how things looking. He is going. I just want to give you reassurance that he is going to go. He'll be clawing at the door frame of the White House, but he will have to leave. And I just want to reiterate what my past readings have shown, and that is that he does go. He will leave. He is given some sort of offer, I think an incentive to leave, but I don't know if he takes that offer or not. I have kind of a feeling that no matter what, whether he takes the offer or not, he's going to be, of course, a complete crybaby about it. He's going to not handle it well. So he'll go, but he'll go kicking and screaming. And that is one thing that I routinely get. He has yet, as we all know, to be really held accountable for this. But the only way that they can do that at present is for, as you know, to get him out of the White House. And I think we're coming to a closer point, although we're not quite there. And I know that's maybe not soon enough, right? But he will go. And it's difficult to sit and wait and watch as he scorches the earth here. And I do think he's going to just do more and more destructive, foolish things. But he will end up going, and I believe he will end up losing support from the Republican Party. But it will be too late for them, honestly. I think that they will also suffer a great backlash in support, period. Their party needs to be purged. And if you ask me, I've never liked the Republican Party, so I apologize for any background noises. Ask you to overlook it. My wound back will make the percolating whoopee cushion noise, and my family are here doing stuff, so let's take a looky-loo at the tempestuous Trump. Is that the right word for him? Well, pest comes to mind. Oh, a lot of words come to mind. How sooner are we, in general, to him being forced to leave or having to leave? How soon are we? Can you show us? I asked the ancestors and my spirit helpers, and the spirit of the tarot, spirit of truth and justice. Are we a little closer? Of course, each day we're a little closer, because he will go, but I want to look at time and see what they'll offer us. Are we closer to Trump really going? Are we closer? How much closer are we now to Trump vacating, having to leave the White House? What can you show us about Trump leaving the White House that maybe we haven't covered yet before? What can you show us that way? Thank you. Okay. I husband will be coming home soon, so I might have to put this on pause. About Trump. What's this thing? Often the Queen of Pentacles for me with him is Melania, because she's a Taurus. There's a lot of emotion here, and a new poem. Okay, what's this? Okay. Closer to him. You know, I really have been seeing that I think Melania, and I know there are some other readers that have seen it, is going to want a divorce or to get away. There's something very emotional, regarding her that's going to come up. And what is this legal aspect? It could be that some of her stuff is something that she's been involved in. Could be looked at that they've been investigating it, because this in the past shows that this has already been initiated. And there is something here with a great outpour of emotion, and there's a lot here also to do with luxury, lifestyle, wealth. I don't know if he's put stuff in her name or done things like that, but I feel like she's in focus here for some reason, and I feel like the law is there's something involving with, I think, her, that the law is going to successfully pursue. Something that may have been blocked or that wasn't known. Up here with that Two of Swords, it's been covered up, it's been shielded, I think, from people discovering it, done on the quiet. There's some legal issue that could involve her, or a Queen of Pentacles. And like I said, for me, when I'm talking about Trump, when I look at Trump, that tends to be her. So I wonder if that isn't to do with her. And there is something here too, when we look in the near future, we see the World. So there is an end or a completion of something. Has perhaps an investigation has successfully, concluded regarding maybe some of her expenditures or something along these lines. King of Swords. Well, there's Donald. It's in connection to Donald Trump. I think has to do with the Queen of Pentacles, and I'm presuming it's Melania, but maybe it's somebody working for him, handling his financial details or accounting, or it could be a woman that does that kind of job if it isn't Melania. That can be about the only other thing that I can think of at this point with my limited context. And it's, yeah, okay, here it's, I did ask for information that we were not yet aware of, any things that are important that we're not yet aware of regarding that. And there's the high priestess in the environment. So this is a detail that is being withheld from the public, from not only, of course, I think has Trump kept this information secret, but I think this has not been something that has been widely yet released into the media about, as far as investigation wise goes, with regard to this Queen of Pentacles they're investigating connected to Donald Trump, which I think is probably Melania in some capacity. Lifestyle, it looks like. Because that Nine of Cups has to do, is the wealthy merchant that is sitting there with all his goodies and sharing them, or not, with others. You know, they're living a very comfortable way, a way that they is luxuriant. Okay. Hopes and fears would be the Five of Pentacles. This is a fear of being poor. It's a fear of being exiled, not being part of, being able to be, I think, be part of this wealthy, super comfy lifestyle. And believe it or not, you know, the way that most of us live, they consider poor. And the way that most of us have gotten to become living after them being in the White House is more poor. So there you go. Causes a great deal of stress. That might be another log on his load of stressors that just pressure him to not be able to stand something. It could be a way of getting him to to consider leaving. It could be something that they will push across the table to him and say, well, what's this? You know, maybe you need to leave. But I still see this retaining, but exceptionally to the point of breaking, kind of a strain that it puts on him. And this is some issue that way with Melania, that where I believe that there must have been some kind of investigation, maybe into things in her name, I'm not sure, things that he's done that he's tried to keep quiet, tried to keep covered up. But I think there's a wee bit of a problem here for him to maintain this. It's like unraveling something. So there's been, I think, when we start looking at Attorney General, things like this, looking at the money, I just feel legally this is a Queen of Swords that's been watching something with regard to this private it's not a private investigation, but it's not one that they've been exceptionally loud about. They're looking to see, I think, also how he responds when they bring to light that they've successfully concluded an investigation with regard to her. I think it's just part of wanting to see how he'll, to nudge him out, okay? To get him on his last nerve. And I think it's successful because there's something here to do with wealth, his wife, and I feel like when you have, that's the devil. Well, that's him and his wife. Yeah, he's greedy. And I think he's used his wife's name to do certain things, and I'm not sure. There is some legal aspect, though, connected to Melania. It looks to me like, unless that Queen of Pentacles is somebody that handles finances, something along those lines, but his wealth, and I'm feeling definitely a wife connection here because she is a Taurus, and that's usually, I want to say, I think it's with her. And it puts her in a spot of trouble. There's that offer. Maybe an offer by Adam Schiff or something along those lines. I'm not sure how that will pan out. Or along these lines. It's like they catch him out in something, and they've got this. I mean, the thing is that for me, it's like, well, my cynical mind says they've got already stuff, but this thing is really, I think, looking to push him stress-wise to concede and finally, leave on his own accord. Don't know. I think he's going to still grind his teeth. His exit will be interesting. I do know that he will exit. Okay, now we're getting that it has something to do with, I feel like, a social connection. What is that? And moving forward. It could be connections with, that makes a connection to other people that they've been investigating. It looks like there's a circle of people there. Maybe a certain, I want to say, close little bunch. And it could also be his kids, though, too, because I kind of get that 3 with them often. This will finally cause, I think, a real battle here. I think his kids will be part of trying to resist that or to defend them. It starts to pull, it looks to me like it's starting to pull more into his immediate family. And looking at Melania and there, or possibly somebody that handles his accounts that's a female. But generally that card, along with that Empress, I really feel like it has to do with his wife. That's Melania. She's a Taurus, so I feel pretty comfortable maybe that's what that is. And I feel like towards the end, there is something that may come more out that they have been investigating her, and this really puts pressure on that last nerve of his. And then I see him and his kids kind of responding in a combative manner, shall we say. I don't see them necessarily completely being, okay, all right, yeah, we need to go. That's enough. It gets more chaotic, but they will finally end up, he will finally end up having to go. The fight will just become, it will get very tense and chaotic, and it'll just be finally too much for him mentally, I believe. And it comes to a painful end. You know, that painful end, his long, painful 3, 4, it's going to be less than 4. I think it's coming. And I think certainly before November. I think we're looking at activities heating up that really become stressful for him in the summer, and like probably August, September-y kind of a feel. So he's not going to be full term. He's going to be short of being full 4 years, in my opinion. I keep to that. And this is what we can look for as a sign that he's almost ready to finally crack like an egg. But it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot. Even when they, I think, push this offer forward to him, he and his children will be like, here we go. Very reactive. Very reactive in a combative way. They are not interested. They fight in the request or the offer that is made to them, given to them to consider. And that leads to further chaos. It just becomes too chaotic to, I think, be a operating situation for him that he can function in, and it just collapses. So there you go. Yes, we're getting closer. Okay? And I know he is awful, but I want you to understand that the end, each day is a day closer. They're going to, and I think particularly as a man of a water sign, and I know that Schiff is a Cancer, so it could be him, but somebody's going to, along with in the Democratic Party, and I think say, here's an offer. I just want to see, well, I'll leave it there, okay? And I'll look in another reading quickly on these current events to see how the crumbling of the GOP will be. Because it's already crumbling, beginning to crumble, especially with the mishandling of the coronavirus and all the blood that is now on their hands, on the hands of the GOP and Trump. He doesn't like that. But when has he ever liked the truth? See you in the next video.